But what guys need to be aware of is that obviously you're setting your standard, but at the same time, you should not be the only one giving. You should not be the only one that is bending over backwards. If the female is not reciprocating with regards to buying you something that you like, or paying for your beer now and then, or saying, listen here, or initiating outings, or just saying, I want to spoil you a little today.
Mm.
If you're not hearing those things, then you're in trouble.
Yeah, there
Then
needs to be
you,
a certain
then
level of
you,
investment from her end as well.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a red flag. That should be a red flag because it should
But
go both ways.
To go forward. I just want to show you guys and share the screen quickly. Tell me if you can see it. Just one quote from a guy called, his name is Rollo Tomassi. And I've actually ordered his book. I've read quite a few of some snippets, some chapters that came through, and I've been reading some of it. But I want to actually read the entire book, and I want to do that. But Rollo Tomassi, he's written a book called the Rational Male. He's got a few of them that expands on that whole theme. So let me just share the screen. He talks about let me just open this. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, he talks about the frame you set in the beginning of a relationship will establish the tone of the future of that relationship.
Mm. I agree with that.
As that,
Yeah, so if you chasing, sorry to cut you,
no,
Hein. So
go for it.
if you chasing the girl, and if you're setting the precedent with regards to, okay, I'm going to pay every restaurant bill, I'm going to be running after you, I'm going to be showering you with gifts and flowers, and I'm going to be doing everything to kind of win you over. But at the same time, the woman is just receiving and watching this whole thing play and do nothing or to reciprocate the behavior,
Mhm.
then obviously it's one side. And then that expectation is set for the whole relationship and for the whole marriage as well.
Yeah,
and that's a false expectation, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
you are not true to yourself.
yeah, it
So
needs to be
as
genuine. If
much as
you, yeah,
I
go for
agree
it, Rick.
with what the frame, but it's you can easily set this, a false expectation
Yeah, and
because
you,
when you are hunting as a man, you put your best foot forward. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're saying that the frame you set at the beginning of the relationship will establish the tone for the future, it could definitely change.
yeah.
I can't
And
fully
and, and
agree with
and
that.
and do you agree if you're setting, like you said, if you are putting your best foot forward and it is not your genuine self, you're obviously gonna be you're going to be caught out further down the road because that's not who you are. And I think what Kevin was saying is if you're showering with gifts. So I want just to illustrate 2 points. There's two ways of going about it. And back in the day, giving flowers, chocolates, and those type of things, and being romantic for the day and age that it was. It may have been 40, 50 years. It may have been the thing that got women to be what that was a bit more traditional than compared to today. You guys agree with me on that?
No, it still works today. That's still what they want. They still want that chase. They still want to be courted.
I
It's just they're not guys. Boys are not being. They don't have examples of how and what to do. You know, for those things because what we are learning now is we guys or boys or young boys, young men, they learn via the social media, for example, has become such a big influence
And movies.
in how you are supposed to approach certain things and so certain situations that that whole thing about courting and the traditional thing they don't know about that. They just think, okay, you must do it like this and that's the expectation, and then we're going to have sex like in porn type of thing. They don't, and I think what happens with guys, if guys don't see, if the young men don't get all those things,
But do you think, don't you think you're
abuse it,
overlooking one thing?
and then abuse starts and stuff like that, stuff like that, because
Don't you
they
think
said,
you're
I've
overlooking
done
one?
everything that society has asked me to do, but I'm still not getting what I'm supposed to be getting.
Or don't you think you're overlooking one huge thing?
What is that?
The market. I mean, I wanted Mike to be on the call. I see he dropped again, but it's probably where he's driving. He's not getting reception or something. But I mean, out of the four of us, Kevin is the one that is single, and Mike was the guys that's single, right? Um, so they obviously are in the dating market and experiencing and in kind of like they've got skin in the game. I just want to let me say it that way. They got skin in the game because they currently maybe they're on dating sites, or they are meeting women to obviously court them, or if they're interested in doing that. But don't you think that if you're saying that woman still wants the traditional chocolates and the spoiling things, don't you
I'm not saying
think
that. I
that?
say they want to be courted. There's a difference between
No, but
guys
you
who
said they
sitting
want
up
you.
and
They still want the
expecting them.
chocolates. I said the chocolate. You said no. They still want it.
Some of them do. I won't say they don't. Some of them still want at least make an effort.
But don't you think
Small
they
stuff.
want that? They want it because it feeds to their ego. To you know what? I've got guys sending me flowers and chocolates. It feeds into the ego because this thing when it comes to your phone. I mean, um, if imagine you were 25-year-old young lady, and you are in 25, you are good looking. Can you imagine what her inbox looks like in the DMs about hey beautiful? You know when they post a photo
And
now,
that's where,
one.
and that's where the person who's actually going to be chasing and courting and doing those things stands out to the norm that society has portrayed as being, okay, this is the way it's supposed to be.
No, but I'll
Where it's
disagree
not.
with you on that one. And the reason why I disagree is that don't you think that if you look at someone, say for instance, you are someone looking at a celebrity, and this you looking at the celebrity, you place them on this pedestal as to they are this deity and this perfect person. You
Mhm.
are looking past sometimes the blatant red flags that you may see if you were looking at them with more realistic eyes, but because you're looking at them with this kind of starry-eyed celebrity look and putting them on a pedestal, you're gonna look past certain red flags. And because you look at them as being this fan, don't you think you'll just be one of the normal run-of-the-mill dudes of all the other 100, 200 guy that's liking the photo and saying, oh, you look so beautiful, than the guy that responds back to you when he's got time because he's got stuff to do? Other than the one that whenever he does get the response from her, he hops to get back to you. Oh, sorry, I didn't get to back to you in 10 minutes or 15 minutes. What did you want? How you doing? Blah, 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 blah. Don't you think the level of being on your own purpose, and that's my next thing, being on your purpose. And like Kevin said, if you don't chase, you actually are not, you don't need to chase because they've made the market so easy now because everyone is the same. All the guys are chasing and thinking that's the thing that they need to do to get them, but they don't realize that they need to be on their purpose, love their life, enjoy their life, and live this life that another woman would look at and be like, wow, I actually like what he's doing and how he's always got a trip going, or even if it's not a trip, but you got this life that you're projecting. And sometimes people over embellish when it comes to what they do and try to show the best IG. But those are the things guys need to do nowadays to be standing out, but not on a level of being fake. Like Greg said, they'll be caught out if their frame isn't genuine. But that
I
they need to be on a level of, sorry.
Mm-mm. So
I there is nothing wrong with buying chocolates and buying roses, right? That's just
On the
the
first day,
makeup of that's just the makeup of the female.
on the
We
first
can
day,
if
discuss that.
that's you,
I'm asking
We
on the
can
first day.
discuss that. We can discuss that at a later point.
Now
But
I'm
the fact
asking
is,
now,
the fact
are you saying on the first day?
if you want to, you can.
on the
That's
first
up to
date
you.
is just initial meeting, see if there's a connection. Okay, I'm talking about flowers for myself now. Flowers or chocolates now would be in a relationship.
Yes,
Okay,
and that's and
and
I'm not
that's
saying flowers and chocolate is off the table completely. But that would be my next point. That is for the context of a relationship, not to rock up with flowers and chocolate to be that romantic guy to think that that is gonna be the thing that gets you in the ball game. All that's gonna get you is in the friend zone, and it's not you, it's
let
me.
me just
I just feel that you can get a better person.
Then you
let me
move
just
on.
finish what I, yeah, let me just finish what I wanted
Yeah.
to share, and
Okay.
that is flowers and chocolates. I don't have a problem with flowers and chocolates. Yeah, and I mean I agreed with that statement that that guy made, because you obviously, whatever you do while you are dating, that's the same expectation that you're going to take throughout your dating period and also into your marriage, right? But what guys need to be aware of is that obviously you're setting your standard, but at the same time, you should not be the only one giving. You should not be the only one that is bending over backwards. If the female is not reciprocating with regards to buying you something that you like, or paying for your beer now and then, or saying, listen here, or initiating outings, or just saying, I want to spoil you a little today.
Mm.
If you're not hearing those things, then you're in trouble.
Yeah, there
Then
needs to be
you,
a certain
then
level of
you,
investment from her end as well.
Yeah,
yeah.
then that's a red flag. That should be a red flag because it should
But
go both ways.